How's everyone doing today? Today on our pod, we're going to be having myself, Junior, along with.
Hello, I'm Rojo.
Kip and Aiden.
Today is October 30th, and it doesn't quite feel like it is going to be Halloween tomorrow. So, to get more in the mood, we're going to have a little story session with about some occurrences we've had where it was a little spooky. After that, we're going to go along talking about if you're stuck on an island, what 3 albums you would bring. So, does anyone want to break into their stories that has a little scary one they want to talk about?
I think that I want to talk about my story first.
A little experience you had about today?
Yeah, so tonight, today is Rojo's birthday, by the way.
Shout out Rojo. Happy birthday, Rojo.
Happy birthday, Toho.
Thank you.
So tonight we're having dinner at my mom's house, and my whole family's over. And Rojo, myself, and my mom's boyfriend, we're all sitting on the couch, just kind of hanging out, having a conversation. And, we're sitting there talking, and we look over at the front door, and these two people walk into my house. Never seen them before in my entire life. And so initially I'm like, oh, they're my mom's friends. Like, I don't know why she would invite them to Rojo's birthday dinner, but they're here. And so, we all start looking at each other on the couch like, who the fuck are these people? And eventually we realize that none of us know who they are. And so
it was like the sudden moment everyone realized it at the same time.
It was like, what the fuck? Like, who are these people? And then my mom's boyfriend, Tommy, he's very good at small talking. So he just starts talking to him like, hey guys, what's up? How's it going? They start talking, and, they ask, I think they said, what are you guys doing in here? To us, in our own home. Like, what are you guys doing in here?
Standing by the door, just staring at us. And it was a man and a woman, probably in their mid-20s. And the woman looks over at me, Aiden, and Tommy, and she says, hey, what are you guys doing? And we're like, you came in here. What do you mean,
house?
what are you doing? You're in my fucking home.
Yeah, and so we're all shell-shocked sitting on the couch, and then my mom walks over and kind of peeks around the corner to look and see who it is. And then we see that she doesn't even know who the fuck they are. And she starts talking to them like, hey, what's up, guys? Like, kind of being friendly. And so at that point in time, I go into this different zone where I started freaking out because there's these random people in my home. I don't know who the fuck they are. Nobody knows who they are.
Or how they got in.
Or how they got in. And so at that point in time, I just have the worst case scenario running through my mind. Like, this does not feel good. I feel like something very bad is going to happen. And I walk over to the kitchen. And for some of you, this may sound a little bit extreme, but in the moment, this is how I was feeling, and I was ready to do anything, okay? I walk over to the kitchen, and I open the fucking drawer, and I pull out a knife, and I throw it on the table, and all I said was, what the fuck is happening? I had no clue what was going to happen next. I felt like they were going to do something really bad to my family, and so I was ready for the worst case scenario.
Some MW2, pull the knife out your chest.
I was going to throw a knife across my living room.
Anyway,
all right?
In the real world, what actually happened was my mom talked to them, took them outside. It's like, hey, let's talk outside. And I went over there.
No, she said you guys should leave. That's what she said.
Well, she took them outside, talked to them in the front door outside, and I was with her. And they were solar panel salesmen. Or solar energy salesman.
Solar energy salesman walking door to door, 7:45 at night on a Friday.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Whatever. They're in street clothes. They don't have any name tags. They didn't have a business card. They said all their work was done over the internet, and they wanted our phone number, so we shut that shit down. But my aunt, she has the Ring footage because we have a Ring, like most people do now, and she checked the Ring footage. My little cousin straight opened the fucking door when he heard the knock. He was playing basketball because we have a little basketball hoop on the front door with my uncle. They're playing basketball. They hear a knock. He opens the door, doesn't even give a fuck. He says, fuck it, little 6-year-old. Then he gets shell-shocked because he has no idea who the hell these people are. Then my uncle sees him and figures that they're like my friends or Aiden's friends or someone's friends because it's a party going on. And he just lets them in, just invites them. And now these strangers are just standing straight at the door like awkward as fuck.
It felt really weird, man. Like, it just didn't feel good at the time. And Kip and I were talking about it before, and you just get this feeling sometimes when it feels bad. You have this feeling in your gut, and
Did they ever walk did they ever walk further than 10 feet from the front
No.
door?
No, they were pretty close to the door.
yeah, they probably walked about 6 feet from the door, and they just stood there, and they were smiling the whole time, and they were acting friendly, but I saw right through that shit,
Yeah,
motherfucker.
you could
I saw
smell
right
it.
through it. It was all a scam. I don't know
That's
what they were
weird.
planning
Right
on
through the
doing.
lines, baby. Right there. Right through the lines.
You know they were lying straight to you guys. They were lying
no
straight.
business card.
I
No
don't-
business clothes on.
That's what seems really sketchy to me. What doesn't seem sketchy, what sounds a little bit more logical, like Rojo was saying, was that the door was open for them. That
And
they didn't just walk in. They didn't just open the door. It was open for them, and my uncle let them in, not knowing who they were. So I think that's how they. I mean, that is how they walked into my house. But it just
No,
it
when
wasn't
you
a
get
good
that,
vibe, man.
yeah, when it's an accident and they just walk in or whatever, your uncle let them in.
They didn't.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, they didn't leave. Like they stayed in my house.
Yeah.
That was what was weird about it.
They didn't say like, oh, no, it's all good. Like we're just here to why they even walk in the door?
Well, because they were invited in.
Okay,
but
but
they asked what you guys were doing. They didn't introduce themselves and be like, "Hey, we're here today."
Exactly.
selling
But
solar
they did it with a
panels."
smile on the. It was only the girl that talked, by the way. It
Yeah,
was only the girl. The man didn't speak a word, and she was small talking to my mom's boyfriend Tommy, right? And they were talking about football. She said she was a Browns fan. So I mean, if they were scammers or murderers, they're damn good at their quote unquote job. Because they small talked the fuck out of us, and I swear to God, if she pulled out a gun and popped me, I would have never expected it.
did you? Okay, I know Aiden didn't see, but did you physically see them walk out the front door?
Yes.
Okay, so you saw them leave.
Yes.
But you guys didn't see them get in a car or anything, or like walk
I
away.
mean, they could be in the bushes right
No.
now after we left, just waiting.
Yeah, they
So
could.
I better
In
not
our
come
Jeep.
home and see my.
I moved
Okay,
the
never
Jeep.
mind.
So you
That's
could-
weird.
yeah, bro. It was weird, man. And
Unless they were just walking around. I feel like maybe they were just walking around, going door to door. But that's such a stupid.
At 8 o'clock at night?
on a Friday. That's what doesn't make
I've
sense.
on a
never-
Friday,
I've
too,
never
the
once-
day before Halloween.
I've never once seen a door-to-door salesman come to my home at 7:30 on a Friday. Granted, I'm not home very often on Fridays, but it's COVID. We're still in a pandemic.
No mask on.
No
mask.
mask on.
They came in your house with no mask.
And we're trying to sell fucking solar panels at 7:30 on Friday night, man, with no nothing being shown of what company you work for, no cards. You want our phone number?
Did they say what company they work for?
No.
I don't think so.
They didn't tell you
I didn't hear
online?
it. I didn't hear it. But no, they just wanted my mom's phone number. So I mean,
Dude, they were scamming you guys.
the problem was, or what I'm like adding on to this was, my mom has been thinking about getting solar panels, and she's been doing internet searches and shit like that to buy some. So maybe somehow, some way, you know how like Google, when you say something out loud, say I was talking to Junior's phone, I say, hey, I need to get pet food for Baller, and then next thing you know, I see an ad for pet food,
Yeah,
right?
you're scrolling through Instagram.
Maybe their company picked that shit up off of her internet searches and then started walking around our neighborhood to try to sell it.
No, that's
That's the only thing I could piece together. Other than that, I think they're fucking spirits floating around the
I think
goddamn
they're
neighborhood.
spirits, dude.
Yeah, Kip came in right away and
I sniffed
he
that
told
out.
me, I walked in the house, he's like, yeah, Aiden saw some spirits.
Alright, dude, seriously.
So immediately I'm like, Aiden, tell me the story. How did it happen? And I'm like, so where were the spirits at? And we're like, well, Kip believed it was spirits.
I do.
But
I think it's just
it's
weird.
weird. It is very weird.
And I was telling Kip that my mental state was I felt like I was somewhere else. Like I was just so focused, and I feel like that's how you get in times of like
that
emergency
feeling.
or like an unexpected like environment. But for the rest of the night, I just felt like I was not there. Like we're all sitting down at dinner eating as a family, and I wasn't there. Like I couldn't have a conversation with anybody. I was just like,
Your head was just still in it.
yeah, man. I can't explain it.
I
mean,
was nowhere near that zone, so
it was like adrenaline pumping a little.
in the beginning a little bit, but once I sat down, I didn't feel like I had adrenaline anymore. I was just trying to think about what happened. I don't know if I'm overreacting a little bit or if I don't think that I was.
I don't think so.
I don't think that I was.
Because think about it. Like I was saying, if it's like an innocent thing where it was just a misunderstanding, they came in, they wanted to sell you guys some solar panels real quick, they gave you the whole,
the whole
spiel.
Feel deal.
You're like, oh, okay, now we're not interested or whatever. Or if we are, okay, cool. Here's, business card, whatever. But the fact they just like kind of lingering around, looking around, shooting the shit, small talk. They weren't fucking getting right to the point.
I feel like
they weren't dressed for the occasion.
Yeah, that's weird, but I feel like they weren't getting to the point because they were let into someone's home, and I don't think they were expecting to be let into someone's home just so obviously and so
No, because look, me and Tim have gone door to door for countless of things. Me and Tim used to buy huge jumbo packs of candy bars and go door to door in our neighborhood and say we were for like selling candy bars for our baseball team.
Yeah.
And we would just do it. We would just do it just to make money.
We're raising money awareness too.
You know what I mean? Like, and I never got invited really into someone's house,
Well,
but
that's because you're not invited by my uncle and my 6-year-old fucking cousin. Like, those are the most... Dominic, that's his name, my little cousin, doesn't know any better, and he should know better, and that's what we talked to him tonight about, not opening the door for strangers, because me and my mom, we order a bunch of Amazon packages because the pandemic and shit, and, you know, he's home all the time because he has to be homeschooled from the computer, and he'll hear the door open or the garage open, and he'll run down and he'll fucking check to see if there are any packages so he can open them, like Christmas. So he doesn't know better. That's why he opened the door in the first place. And then my uncle, you know, just thinking it was some of our friends because they were kind of our age, a little bit older. You know, it was too easy of a scenario. I don't really know the word. Too convenient of a situation for them to be let into our house. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It was just like so perfect of a scenario that they would just be invited because those were the two friendliest people in the fucking house. So you know, if I was there in front of the door playing basketball with Dom, I would have never let them in.
Obviously.
Yeah. But D-Show, that's what we call him, my uncle, and Dominic, two free, easy, does it type of people, type beat, you know?
that's how spirits work, bro. They go for the innocent ones. They go for the nice, innocent.
If I'm gonna come home and we see Dominic floating around the fucking
Yeah,
house.
bro. He's be walking on the ceilings.
So when they were in
play the Switch, Rojo.
when they were in the house, were they like looking around?
Yeah.
Were they looking at like your table, where upstairs was, how you
no.
got to the backyard?
No, they were. The girl was talking to Tommy, and the guy.
The dude was just staring straight.
I
at
didn't
Tommy
hear
too.
the dude say a single word. He
Weird.
was just standing there, kind of like a smirk
Smiling,
on his face.
smiling.
Like a spirit.
Yeah.
I don't know how spirits act.
Let us
so.
know what you guys think they were. What type of scenario it was. Were they murderers? Were they just friendly people rocking around the neighborhood trying to
spirits.
sell solar panels? Were they ghosts trying to murk our house? Just let us know. What do you guys think?
So,
All right.
Kip, I remember you were telling me that you have actually a pretty scary
I have a
story,
great story. And it happened right in this house.
In this house right here.
Yeah.
Did it happen in this room, in the studio?
No, not this room. Not in the studio.
I was about to get out.
But, okay. So, my junior year, I had Tim and Henry Martinez spend the night. And I think it might have been like a Friday night or something. And it was really late. And we're up in my room. And Timmy was just acting a fool that night. And
As always.
So it was a Wednesday night.
Yeah, it must have been something. So Timmy crashes out early in my bed, and me and Henry were up pretty late, just like fucking around, and so we're just gonna fall asleep on the floor. So we knock on the floor, and during that time, I was kind of rearranging my room, and I had this huge mirror, and it was just kind of tilted up on a wall. You know, it wasn't like hung up because I was moving a bunch of shit around. And so we go to bed, and I just remember being like dead asleep, and I hear just the loudest bang I've ever heard in my life. Like I was instantly awake, and I'm like scrambling around looking for my phone. I find it, and I turn on my flashlight, and I look, and Henry was sleeping right next to me, and I look, and he's gone, and by my door of my room, Henry is sitting there in a squat, covering up the light switches with both hands, just staring at me. And I look over at Tim, and Timmy's sitting straight up. And the way my bed was set up was, it faces like the hallway. So if you're sitting in bed, you're just staring right down the hallway.
Okay.
And Timmy's in a 90-degree angle, just staring down the hallway.
So he's not looking at you.
No. So I look at Henry, and I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
What are
Right?
you looking at?
Fucking shit,
He's just in a
Meister.
squat, dude, fucking covering up the light
Wait, cover,
switches.
like the switches like
Yes,
that?
like that.
Just a normal everyday light switch.
And he doesn't say anything. He's just staring at me, not blinking at all. And I look at Tim. I'm like, Tim, what the fuck are you doing? Just sitting there. Doesn't say a word, doesn't look at me, just staring down the hallway. And for some reason, like, I didn't get up. I didn't try to turn the lights on. I just went straight back to bed. It was weird.
You didn't question it?
I didn't question it at all.
What did they do? They just went to back to bed?
I don't know. I went back to bed.
What do you mean you don't know what they did?
I literally turned off the light as they were, and I just.
Do you think?
Jesus
do you think?
Christ.
Kip,
I don't know. It was
hold on.
weird, bro. It was so weird. Like I was just like.
Do you think it's a possibility that it was a dream?
See, that's what I was thinking, but it gets better.
Okay.
So
It's
I
better
thought
than that?
I thought I was dreaming or something because it was just so weird how I was just like so nonchalant. I was kind of like, "Fuck you guys! Like
Yeah, fuck you guys.
you're wasting my fucking
Yeah,
time. I'm tired as
fucking around
fuck."
with me. Yeah.
So I go back to bed. I don't like feel Henry like come. I don't hear him come back over to me. Like I'm back to knocked out. And the next morning I wake up and I was like, "What the fuck were you guys doing last night?" And they're like, "What do you mean?" So I told them the whole story and they were laughing at me. They had no they didn't remember any of it. They thought I was making it all up. They're saying it was a dream, blah blah blah. So I was like, okay, maybe I was just tripping last night.
Okay.
And then the next day we go snowboarding, and we're coming back from snowboarding, whatever. And my mom texts me, and she goes, "Yo, how was it?" And I was like, "Oh, it was good, blah blah blah." She goes, "Oh, you must be pretty tired. You guys were up late last night." And I was like, "Yeah, I mean, me and Henry were kind of up a little late." She goes, "Like, what was that loud bang?" And I was like, "No fuck." I was like, "You heard that too?" She goes, "Yeah, like I heard something like super loud." I was like, "I don't know what it was. Like, I thought it was my mirror maybe, but like everything was fine in my room, so I just went back to bed." She goes, "Yeah, well, I heard you guys running up and down the stairs laughing all night long." And no one left that room. Timmy was out by like 10, 11 o'clock.
Well, that you know of. You were
And
sleeping.
me and Henry were probably up till maybe 1 in the morning, and then crashed out.
No laughing. You didn't go downstairs for nothing?
No one went downstairs at all that night. And, dude, it was just weird. Because I don't remember going downstairs or anything like that. So that was the part of the story that I had no idea that happened. So I don't know. Because, I mean, by my mom saying that she heard the bang and everything, kind of that confirms that I wasn't tripping.
Yeah, that's not a dream. It was real.
Because, yeah, you woke up from the bang, and then she confirmed the bang did happen.
But I don't know what the bang was. Like, the mirror was fine. There was no...
And the bang, it came from your room?
Dude, it sounded like literally it was in my ear. Like just a fucking gunshot went off in my ear. And I was panicking, looking for my phone. I turned the flashlight on. And Henry's across the room, covering up the light switches. And Timmy's just straight up just staring down the hallway.
Bro,
And they wouldn't talk.
How the fuck are you able to fall back asleep?
I don't know.
After
How did you fall back? That's what I was thinking
I would
too.
have kicked Henry right in the face, and I would turn around and I would have punched Timmy right in the fucking
The holy
nose.
water's coming out.
I swear, I don't give a fuck
Ross.
if they were sleepwalking or something. I would have punched the spirit right out of their fucking
Have
face.
Tim or Henry ever had sleepwalking? Do you know?
I don't
You've
think
never
so.
seen them ever
I mean, but
sleepwalk
what
before.
are also the chances of them both sleepwalking?
Both.
At the same
At
time.
the same time, and
On the same night.
When they never
when
had.
the
Both-
bang happened.
Both
When the
doing
bang happened.
Yeah.
strange fucking things.
Because
Staring. Was your door open?
I don't think it was open. I'll be honest. I think if it was open, I would have tripped a little bit more. But I want to say the door was closed.
Yeah, I feel like if the door
How
was
long ago was
open.
this? Sorry, hold on. How long ago was this?
This,
So
it
it
was
was
like
junior
our
year.
junior year, so that was like, what, 3-4 years ago? My thing is, what was I going to fucking say? I don't remember.
So, Kip, you said that when you were telling Aiden they go for the innocent ones. The spirits do.
Yeah.
So they went for Henry and Timmy. How come they didn't go for you?
Hey, chill
Hold on, hold
out.
on.
Chill
I'm
out.
just adding up 1 and 1 here.
Chill. No, but, I don't know. It was just fucking weird.
That is pretty crazy.
It was weird because I think the reason I just went back to bed because I was half asleep as it was. You know, it was honestly it was probably like 3 o'clock in the morning because it was still dark as fuck. Like the sun wasn't coming up at all. It was in the dead of the night.
And so you guys went snowboarding the next day. They were like, Kip, you're fucking crazy.
Yes, bro. They didn't remember any of it at all.
Have you asked them about it like to this day? If
Oh,
they
they
were
still-
like,
they-
messing with you.
They still like joke around and like say I was possessed that night. It was me.
What if that, I mean, what if that's a possibility?
Yes,
What
what
if
if
you
you
had
were-
ghost vision, Kip? What if like the fucking ghost went into you, and that's why you woke up and you did all those things?
But I was laying there and Henry was gone. He was across the room. And it was just weird.
What if you were the one that was running up and down the stairs just laughing?
Maybe.
Wow.
Imagine that.
Oh my god.
That would scare the fuck out of me. just to hear that was happening.
Yeah, just
Your sister here?
Yeah. I mean, probably.
But did she have any friends over?
No.
And you didn't have
Weird.
Dixie then, huh?
No, I didn't have a dog at that
Yeah.
time.
Dixie wouldn't be laughing.
I mean, we don't know what
Dixie
Dixie
would've-
does.
Hey.
Dixie would have got the spirit, smelt it out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I should
true.
have sniffed
Yeah,
her.
that's true.
I honestly, that's why I think everyone needs a dog. To be honest, because dogs have a little
Or just
sense
like
for that
no,
shit.
like-
I think
if
pets have that sixth
Yeah,
sense.
if a
do.
poltergeist is if a poltergeist is coming into your house, right? I expect Baller to just be fucking my dog, Baller.
Oh, he'd be tripping.
He'd just be going nuts.
He'd be
And,
tripping.
like every single time, I'll be playing. Like I'm an avid gamer. I'll be playing my fucking video games with my friends till like 4 or 5 in the morning sometimes. If I hear my dog bark, I go downstairs with a bat, and either he has to go to the bathroom or there's a motherfucker in my house. And either way, I'm gonna be pissed because why the fuck does my dog have to go to the bathroom at 5 in the morning? Anyway,
True. I do have another story though. This one's shorter,
Okay.
but and this one it really isn't about me. It's more about my parents. So I remember one night we were in San Pedro, and I don't know what the occasion was, but we all went out to dinner for maybe someone's birthday. I think it was during Christmas time. I know that because it was cold outside, and so we go to like a restaurant like Acapulco, whatever you know what I'm talking
yeah,
about.
yeah, yeah.
Some Mexican restaurant.
Paco Pichu.
Yeah. And so we get in the car and we back out. My mom had like a little minivan at the time. I'm in the very back seat with my sister, and then my grandparents are in the middle, and my mom and dad are in the front seat. And I remember they pull the parking fucking aisle, and we're going down the lane. We're still in the parking lot, and my parents just stopped the car, and I'm not really paying attention. I think I was like fucking around with my DS or some shit at the time.
Great
Oh,
game.
I wasn't paying attention, but I just
Banging
know
the DS
we were
is
stopped
actually
and
good.
no one was saying anything. I was like, maybe they're looking at directions. I don't know. And then maybe 4 or 5 minutes go by, and they start moving again. And my mom goes, "That was so weird." And I was like, "What?" And my dad's like, "You didn't see that?" And I was like, "No. What are you talking about?"
How long ago was this, kid?
Oof. At least 10 years ago. At least.
So it was a while ago.
A
okay.
long time ago.
Yeah, I heard the DS, so I was like,
Yeah.
that's quite some time.
That'd have been a long
Yeah,
time ago.
but I remember it perfectly. And I was like, "What do you mean?" Like, my sister didn't see anything. My grandma didn't see anything. I think maybe my grandpa did. I can't remember. My parents definitely did. And they said that an old lady, all dressed in white, walked up to the driver's side mirror and tapped on the glass. And my dad said that he rolled down the window and was talking to her. And she was, I don't remember what he said they were talking about or anything. But maybe she was asking for money. But my dad said he totally saw her. My mom saw her, heard the whole conversation. And then after, we were like, no, you guys are tripping. Like, that never happened. And my dad's like, "Look, I'll pull around and you guys will see her." And it was a small little parking lot. Like, if someone was still there, like, you would
You'd
have
see
seen
her,
her.
especially
Yeah.
an old lady.
Yeah,
She
exactly.
couldn't have gone far.
And we circled around and, dude, we couldn't find her at all.
Poof, in the night.
But when we stopped, like, I kind of looked around, like, why the fuck did we stop? You know, I was like, all right, whatever. And went back to what I was doing. But never did I hear a window roll down. My parents talk. I never saw some old lady all in white.
Well, when you're immersed in the DS experience, it's
Yeah.
quite hard to look up.
That's true. That's
You were
true.
probably grinding Mario Kart or something.
My dad was like, "Oh, it was an angel. I saw an angel. She was talking to me." And I was just like, I don't know. It was
Just-
scary,
I'm sure,
bro.
but
That's
I'm not sure.
that's the first time I've ever had a experience like that.
a
I mean,
poltergeist experience.
But
It
Well,
was
it
weird.
doesn't necessarily mean
I
it's
would
a
want
poltergeist.
to hear your dad talk about
Yeah,
it.
Yeah.
Because
I
I mean,
would wanna know if he
love to hear
remembers.
you guys
yeah,
talk about that.
yeah, I would want to
If
hear.
he
what your
remembers,
mom
then I
said.
feel like it was actually real, because that would be something a person remembers forever.
Because I was tripping out.
Yeah, because you were fucking on your DSi and
A younger kid, so you remember things a little differently. Probably
Yeah.
took info a little different.
We're gonna have to ask him about that. That's
we
interesting.
definitely are.
'Cause
We're
I
gonna have to
still remember
investigate
that. It was weird. It was weird as fuck. I was even asking Lauren, like, did you see anything? He's like, "No, I didn't. I didn't see
Lauren didn't see
anything."
anything earlier. Huh?
It was weird.
it.
But yeah.
I got a pretty crazy story too.
Go ahead.
So, me and my hockey team. This is my 16 year. So I'm 16. We're in the Junior Kings, and we're in I think we're in Edmonton. We're somewhere in Canada, and when we travel with the team, you only travel together. So you would stay with your teammates and be with a defenseman or with a goalie, and they would pair you off into rooms, and we'd all be on the same floor. So I think it was one of my teammates, Bergie, Scholey, and I want to say Brockman. They were all in the room together, and so when the night started, they said they couldn't sleep. They heard stuff all night, and so we talked about it in the morning before our game. They tell us, like, yo, they finally figured out, like, the room is haunted. They finally come to the conclusion. And so we're thinking, like, how could it actually be haunted? That's not real. So we're like, we have to investigate and figure out if it actually is. So we all go into the room, and I think it's about 10 or 12 of us. The whole team didn't go in. So we're sitting in the room. We close all the blinds, and what are they, like?
The shutters.
Yeah, the shutters. So when we closed them, it was pitch black, and we put a little camera out in front of us and started recording us because it was so dark. So then we're sitting around, like, kind of waiting for stuff to happen, because when we're in there, we're like, all right, you guys got to tell us what happened. So they were telling us that, like, the Bible ended up on the floor when it was in the drawer. They said that a pen was on the table, and then the pen got thrown across, and it was, like, by their bed when they woke up. And then they said that some of their luggage was all, like, spread out, and all their clothes were on the floor. So we're getting, like, real suspicious. We're like, you guys have to be fucking with us then.
That's what I'm thinking right now. Is that, listen, it's a bunch of 16-year-old kids. Somebody's
In
trying
a
to play
hotel
fucking prank.
without their parents.
Yeah.
So we're like, fuck. We have to investigate, though. So when we have that camera set up, we're all sitting in there, and we're watching each other. We're like, we have our arms on top of each other to make sure no one's throwing anything. So we're like, all right, if someone throws something, we're going to obviously figure it out and know it's going to be a lie. So we're like, it's been a long time, and nothing's happening. And we're like, dude, you guys been fucking with us this whole time. No. So I swear, just a little bit longer. So we keep it going, and then a pen ends up flying across the room. And everyone starts screaming. Like, we start screaming, we're freaking out, and we, like, run out of the door, and guess who's out there? Our fucking coach. He's like, why is my hockey team full of 16-year-old boys screaming like a bunch of girls in their room? And we're like, oh shit, this looks real bad right now, coach. So we try to explain to our coach that our room is haunted, and that's what we tried figuring out and investigating. And immediately he's ripping us a new one. Like, that when we get back, we're gonna get no pucks. We're gonna get skated the whole entire practice. Like, he's ripping us apart. So then we're like, forget it. It was all like, someone fucked with us. Someone did throw the pen, and we figured it out. But then what was weird is, like, the camera, we recorded the whole entire thing. And you know, have you ever seen, like, Paranormal Activity?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In Paranormal Activity, when they're recording and, like, trying to get a haunting, there'll be these little globes.
Oh, orbs.
Orbs,
Ghost
yes.
orbs.
Yes.
Yeah, ghost orbs.
While recording, we caught, like, 6 to 7 orbs in the video. Because my friend Cameron Maycock, who was recording,
Great guy.
oh, yes, you know. He is a great guy.
I think I do remember him too.
He's hilarious,
Yeah.
bro. But his mom, he took it to his mom, was like, Mom, look what we did. We're dumb. Like, laughing and shit. Boys being boys, dudes being dudes and shit. And she's like, huh, I actually know someone that, like, actually does investigate whether or not it's haunted. And she could tell. So we take this video to her, and she told us that there were orbs in it. Like, 6 to 7. And she said, clear as day, we could see them all running through the video.
Wild. That's wild.
That just gave me chills, dog.
I did think it was fake, and someone did throw the pen. But when the night had happened, I think they did get haunted, so it was real at first.
That's nuts.
We got back to California, and we got our ass chewed, and we were skating the whole practice. But it was so worth it, because all of us to this day, if we brought it up, any of the boys on that 16 team would be like, yeah, that room's haunted.
That's crazy.
That's
nuts.
insane. That's like an actual, like, go. Kip's more of like a possession, like demon type shit. Yours is like
An actual, like,
a poltergeist.
a
A poltergeist
little
is
counter we have.
Bro, you should ask your boy if somehow they still have
the video.
Yeah, so I'll have,
Yes.
I got to text Maycock.
and
He's the one who has
if
it.
he has it, tell him to
I
send
want
it
to see
over.
that.
We'll post that
Yeah,
shit.
if he has the video, we'll get it. We'll post it up.
We'll
And
post it on our
show you-
Instagram.
We'll try to
Yeah.
show you the little globes that were in it. It's some crazy shit.
No, but I've heard of that before. The little, like, globe things.
Mm-hmm.
So have you guys ever heard of this game called Phasmophobia?
No.
We'll try to- So we were originally me, Noah, our friend Sebastian, and Nathan on the pod. We were trying to get some gameplay recorded for you guys. It's a pretty fun game. But I know like all the shit you guys are talking about, like ghost orbs. You use crucifixes for certain fucking types of ghosts. Like there's like 8 different types of fucking spirits that you play in the game.
Like an animated game, or is it kind of like a real life?
It's like a kind of. It's a horror game, first person, right? You play with four different people.
So it looks kind of like Call of Duty type graphics.
It's like a
no, it's definitely not that good. It's kind of like shittier graphics.
Like
I don't
know. Fortnite
it's like
type graphics.
No. It's like it's cartoon. It's like indie games. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll show you guys gameplay afterwards. But we'll record that shit. We'll try to post it as soon as we can because it's a really fun game. But it's scary. It's 4 people trying to investigate this haunting, and all you have is a flashlight. Everything else completely pitch dark. And if the ghost gets near you, you hear breath breathing in
like
your
that.
ears.
Hell no.
You can talk to the ghost. So there's this recording device you use, and you talk like say the girl's name is Mary Smith. You say, Mary Smith, how old are you? And if it's the correct type of ghost that you need to talk into it, she'll tell you 26, 40.
Are you fucking
And you'll
kidding
hear
me?
it whisper in your ear.
You'll hear it talk from the box. And you can ask, do you want to harm us? And sometimes she'll say yes, sometimes she'll say no.
My
So you're
God.
actually like you're speaking.
Yeah, you're
and
speaking
that's how
to
you
the
play.
ghost.
Oh wow!
Shut the fuck up.
And it's super fucking fun. But
That
you can
is
die in the
crazy.
game too.
Doesn't sound very fun.
No,
Doesn't
not
sound
at
very
all.
fun.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah, I'm not really
Playing
like,
at 3 in the
You
morning.
guys I'm playing it at 5 in the morning.
Oh my god, dude.
Bro. We'll get gameplay for sure, but it's a scary but really fun game that you can definitely. It's really entertaining to watch.
I think we should play it.
If
I
you,
really
should.
it's a PC game.
Oh,
Yeah.
never
PC
mind.
god.
Okay, I know there's
Yeah,
this one
sorry.
game that Gavin came over to spend the night one night, and I think it was a game on Xbox. But you're like this like reporter guy, and you go like this insane asylum, and you have like a tape recorder and a flashlight.
Shutter
I
Island?
believe, no,
Shutter Island.
I believe that's Outlast. I think
Yes,
Gavin raves about that game all the fucking
I think
time.
it's that, and that game is scary as fuck.
That is a scary game.
Because like it's not like each level's the same. Every time you play it, it's a new outcome.
Is
New.
that Outlast?
Yeah, it was weird. It was super scary.
If it's not Outlast is so fucking scary, dude. I played through that game. Nightmares for
Yeah,
at least
dude.
a week. I don't get scared from that shit anymore. I used to. I was a little bitch. Like when I was like 12 to fucking whatever.
12
Let
to
me ask
18.
you guys something.
I
How
don't-
often do you guys dream?
Every night.
Probably every night.
Multiple
night.
times.
Every other night, I'd
Have-
say.
I-
I fall asleep pretty fast.
I sporadically dream,
Okay.
and I wake up really early for work, and so most days I get home, I'm pretty fucking tired. So I'm like, I'm gonna take a nap. Some days I can't really take a nap. Like I can kind of fall asleep. Other days I'm so tired where I knock the fuck out, and I set an alarm or set a timer for an hour because I don't want to sleep. I don't want to nap more than an hour because it fucks up my sleeping schedule. Whenever I'm super tired and I fall asleep at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, I have the most insane dreams every single time.
Do you remember them?
I remember parts of them, but I always see like the meaning within my dreams. I can always see it whenever, but it's only when I nap.
Yeah, I'm big on that.
It's only when I
meaning in
nap
dreams.
because I can, like sometimes when you dream, it's crazy and it makes no sense and it's all over the place. But when I nap, it makes sense to me why I'm dreaming this. Like it's a crazy dream, but the craziness is true in some sense.
It's like subconsciously you were thinking about something.
Yeah.
So you dreamt of it.
Like I don't want to talk about it, but
it was something personal.
but
Get it?
the way that I see it, like I saw the deeper meaning behind it, and it just kind of scared me a little bit.
Anytime I fall asleep, doesn't matter if it's for fucking 8 hours or 15 minutes, I have a dream every time. And then, like, if it's a long time, like at night, I have multiple dreams.
Yeah.
Remember every single one, control every single dream.
You can control. You
I
have
can
lucid
control every
dreams?
dream.
You have lucid dreams?
I could literally every night, every
Kip,
single
you're
dream I
telling
have.
me
Kip,
you-
in your
every
dreams,
dream I have.
you know you're awake.
Yes.
In your dreams, you know you're like dreaming.
Like for instance, like let's say I'm dreaming about pulling up to like my first day of high school, right? And I could literally like pull up in a car, and like, you know what? I don't really
you're
like the way.
driving the car, putting your blinker on.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't really like the way that color looked when I pulled in. Like, I think I could do something better. I could literally replay the whole scenario, flip through the colors that I want, and play it back. And then, like, let's say someone says something in my dream that I don't like. I swear.
I believe it.
You ever have you ever flown, like, fly? Like, have the
An
power
airplane.
to fly in your dream?
Yeah, listen.
I
It's
don't think
fucking
so.
insane.
I'll bring up my.
I've only been
opinion
able to do
on
it
dreams in a
one-
second.
One time, I've only been able to fly in my dream, and it was nuts. The craziest experience ever. But yeah, I have.
Do you remember your dreams right now?
Yeah, like I could remember, like not like complete, like beginning to whatever, but every night when I wake, like the next morning I wake up, I'll remember the dream. Like there's never a night where I'm like, I didn't dream last night.
You should start writing them down.
You
Yeah.
really should. You really should start
Because
writing.
Yeah.
not a lot of people can even remember their dreams.
There's some dreams that I definitely like from years and years ago that I still remember
Yeah.
vividly. Like
I have one dream in particular that I remember, but I don't remember any of my. I know I dream.
yeah,
I just don't remember them. Like, and it's very sporadic. I fall asleep real fast and I'll wake up the next morning. Right?
yeah,
I don't have any dreams. I don't even remember. I'm sure I do dream, but I don't remember them.
right.
Very few times do I have a fragment of that memory in my head when I wake up. But there's this one particular dream that I do have, and it was a nightmare. It was a nightmare. I had been 8 or 9, but I was in my dad's house at the time in Monrovia, and me and Aiden slept on a bunk bed, and I was in the bottom bunk. I remember vividly. We were just we were done playing the Wii. We were playing fucking probably MLB Power Pros 2008, whatever.
Bro,
Great
that baseball
game.
game is so fun.
But I fall asleep, and I'm walking around in this like. Do you guys know like Shark Boy and Lava Girl, like
Yeah.
that landscape where the Shark
Obviously.
Boy is like singing to the, I think his name is Max.
Obviously.
Yeah,
I'm walking
Yeah.
around there,
We're
just like I'm just staring
go
around,
to
like I'm like
sleep, take a dream.
basically,
Yes.
and I'm just staring, and then the fucking ground falls from underneath me, and I fall and I land on this bed in this dark ass abandoned mansion, wooden abandoned mansion, and I'm like, where the fuck am I? As a little 8-year-old kid, I'm like, bro, this is weird. I'm scared out of my mind. And then I look over to my right, and it's those stupid fucking lamps that you pull down like that, and you turn it on and off.
Yeah.
And I look, and the lamp grows eyes. And it stares at me with red fucking eyes, and teeth start coming down, and I can't move. I'm sleep paralysis. I can't fucking move.
Oh shit.
So now, as an 8-year-old, I'm staring into the teeth of this nasty looking fucking lamp, animate object, and it comes like a fucking movie screen right at my face, chomps at my face, and I wake up.
So
And I
Bro,
remember
hold
that
on.
vividly, and that is the only dream I remember in my entire
wild.
life.
So I
Damn,
think
bro.
that like, dreams are a big deal because it's your subconscious and it's something you're thinking about. So while you were talking, I looked up what does it mean to fall through the floor into a bed in a dream, and right here it's saying that if you're like falling through a floor, it indicates that boundaries are being broken. So you're being tested on how low you'll go on a certain project in your life.
Where are you reading that from?
I just looked it up real quick.
But what site is it from?
It is
Probably
on
Google or some
Dream Meaning Net.
Okay,
Okay, well, I
so
was 8, so I had no boundaries to break
So
besides getting to a
in-
high level and we'll be a Power Pros 2008.
well, maybe you're trying to
in the psychology class that I took freshman year of college, from what I remember, my professor saying was that there is no like the craziness that you have in your dreams. There is no, I mean, obviously you can't prove it. There is no like
Meaning?
evidence or meaning behind like, you feel yourself falling or, your teeth are falling out, or I may be wrong. There may be meaning behind it, but what I remember her saying is that there wasn't, and I don't know how you could prove that. I don't know how you could prove a dream to reality.
Okay, I have a question. Do you guys still have nightmares? Any of you guys?
I
Do you have
have,
nightmares?
I have nightmares. Like
Uh,
I don't know if I would consider them nightmares.
No,
Where you wake up scared and like a sweat?
no.
yeah.
No? You do?
I sometimes, but I'll wake up and I'll forget the fucking dream, but I know that I was scared.
See, I haven't had one since that one I just described. I can't remember any dreams. And then the other question I had, or the thought I had right now was, do you guys ever dream something that you do remember and then it happens in real life?
Yes.
You guys ever had that before?
No.
I have
That's a
had
little more
so.
difficult.
the
I don't
one that
know.
I remember
I'm
the
not sure.
most in specific was I dreamt that I was playing this game with my buddy named Perchowski, and we were playing Smite, a MOBA game it was on Xbox at the time, and I was playing this character named On Her. He's like this line. It's about gods, but anyway, the god On Her, and I remember getting this thing called a pentakill, and where you kill 5 people in a row, and it's like the most like crazy thing you can do in the game. And I was going nuts, and Perch was going nuts, and then I wake up. I'm like, dude, that's such bullshit. I deserve that fucking pentakill. 2 weeks later from that day, I get a fucking pentakill on the map Conquest with On Her in the exact same fucking formation. I killed a Neith. I killed a...
He killed a niche.
I killed a Jingwei. I killed a Ganesh. I did kill a Hades.
Oh, shit.
I'm not even fucking lying, and I killed a Geb.
Was that the order that you killed them in? Your
Yes. In the exact fucking order.
That's wild.
And from that point on, I don't know what the link is between dreams and reality, but I will always think that dreams have some sort of meaning in this overworld.
I think
so as well. Because I was talking to Kev about a few weeks ago. I had a dream that I don't really remember the whole dream vividly, but I remember in my dream where I actually shaved off some of my eyebrow, and I was like walking everywhere through the town. And I woke up and I was like, that's the one thing I remember from the dreams. Like sometimes I won't remember a whole one, but I'll remember parts of it that was real big that stand out to me. So something like that will stand out to me, I'll look it up. And I looked it up and and it said that when your eyebrow is being shaved, it's like it deals with self-dignity. And even though you might lose respect from someone else, if it's for yourself, you got to do something. And I was going through like something personal where I didn't know what I should do, because I didn't know how someone else would think of me. But then the dream where it told me I had to stop thinking about how other people respected me and think about more my dignity. And so like that kind of cleared up my mind right away. So it was pretty crazy to have a dream affect my real life like that.
That is kind of wild.
Yeah, that is kind of crazy. That, I mean, if it is true what they're saying about shaving your eyebrow off.
Yeah, like it could be fake.
And if it did, it may be a coincidence. It may not be.
Right.
You can never really tell. But one thing that this made me think about was, for you guys, I don't know if you ever have reoccurring dreams.
Yes.
I was about to ask
Yes.
that. I was about to ask that.
I
don't.
I have this dream, and I only have one dream that's reoccurring, and it happens every couple years, I would say.
Still?
I haven't had it in a while.
Okay.
But
Me too.
the only way that I can explain you guys this dream is you have to imagine an old school TV and the static on the TV, right? Where it's just
Like from
buzzing.
The Ring?
Yeah.
You've seen The Ring?
Yes.
It's all static?
Yeah. And so it's vibrating. You can feel it vibrating.
Okay.
And then it feels like you're walking through sand. Like, I can't really see anything. It's dark, but what I feel is the vibration and the static and the sand. And then there's little moments where like different colors will kind of flash in there, and you'll feel like you're walking somewhere, and you're going to this place, and like I can feel myself having this dream. Like I feel like I'm awake, but I know that I'm dreaming, and I'm stuck here, and I'm trying to figure out what does this mean? Like why am I here right now? Why do I feel it within my whole body? Because I'll wake up in the morning and I'll be kind of out of it, but then at the same time there'll be some points in some of my days where I will feel like I'm in the dream. I'll be in my room and I'll just have these moments where
You'll have that feeling again?
I feel it in my body and I feel it in my mind where I'm in the dream. And
Do you know what you're doing like when you feel that again?
no, I just have the feeling. Like I'll be doing something random. I'll be sitting at my desk and out of nowhere I feel it in my body, and it'll be there for a solid 10 minutes, and I'll feel good. Like it'll feel good, but
That's weird as
Has it
fuck.
ever felt bad before?
it's never felt bad, but it's always felt strange in a good way.
Yeah, right. That's pretty crazy.
It's just kind of like you're in like a daze, like you're in a trance almost.
Yeah.
That it repeats so much, like in your dreams, where you kind of don't even dream. That dream. If it like happens in your dreams, where it starts to happen in reality, and you can't even like tell the difference.
Yeah,
anymore.
but the thing about it is that there is no like, I can't tell you the dream. I can, if I close my eyes, I see it.
Yeah.
But you
But
feel it too, right?
yeah, I mean, I can't feel it right now.
I've never had an experience of a recurring dream ever in my life.
Have you, Kip?
Yeah, I've had a
Let me
couple
hear it.
of reoccurring dreams.
Let me hear one of them right now.
Sometimes I have this dream where I'm like back at Damien, and like I kind of see what my life was like if I just stayed there all 4 years.
Damien knows his old high school.
Yeah, my
name.
old high school.
It's
I
an
went.
all boys school.
Yeah.
I'm sure you turned out
sometimes-
some type of way if you stayed there.
I'll have it like once every couple months, and it's kind of like, it's just weird. It's just really weird.
What do you turn out to be?
It's
Yeah,
not.
is it something different?
It's not really like, it's like me in my senior year at Damien and seeing like
Oh,
where
okay,
I'm at
okay.
instead of like where I'm at now. And then I remember I used to have this, I used to have this reoccurring dream all the time that I went to prom with the chick from My Babysitter's a Vampire. Bro, I used to have that dream all the time.
Bro,
It
what-
was so like
What is her name?
bizarre.
I'm gonna figure it out.
That was such a good show,
It
man.
was a
That
great
was a
show.
good
I used to
My
watch that
sisters-
all the time.
My sisters were watching that show. The other
So
day.
You ever
good.
watch it with them? Just be like, you know what?
I saw it on, but I had to leave. But I was like, damn, I want to watch this.
You're like,
Yeah.
I'll be back tonight.
And they made like a movie, like a long one, and the
Yeah.
movie's really good
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
I think I remember. Is it on Netflix?
I think it
think
is
I
on
did see
Netflix.
it.
I know the
Dude,
show is.
Those were the days where Disney would be like, oh yeah, we got a movie on Thursday night at 7 p.m.
Yeah.
and
Everyone
Seriously.
get that.
Everyone-
Seriously.
This chick right here?
Yes, bro.
me
She
see.
was so
Oh,
bad
yes,
to me
yes,
when I was
bro.
young.
She really is, dog.
yeah.
She was a
We'll
baddie
show it
when
on
I was
camera,
young.
show you who we're talking about.
Yeah, but I used
I don't
to.
know. We'll zoom in on that.
Yeah, we'll put it up on the screen. For
I
you
used to
guys.
have that dream a lot, and then one time I remember I was driving. My dad was driving me to school, and I was telling him like that I had this dream that I was getting on this bus and I was in the middle of nowhere, and I was just driving on this bus, and like I was telling him like that's all I can really remember, and then like I remember like this bus was like like that big turn when you're getting onto the 71 and you're just
It's
kind
like
of
a loop.
you kind of got like that G-force because you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I just remember feeling that inside the bus, and I'm like just talking, looking at the road, and then my dad doesn't say anything, and I look over at him, and he looks like he saw a ghost because he told me that he had the same exact dream, the same night that I had my dream, and he was saying stuff like the color of the bus and like what the landscape was looking like shit I didn't say. And it was weird as fuck. Like, he had the same exact dream that I had.
The same night.
The same night. Because the next day I was talking about it. Because
How'd it come up? Yeah.
I don't usually like just talk about my dreams. But for some reason,
It was just that day.
I was just like, I had a weird ass dream last night.
Spooky.
And he had the same exact one.
That's insane.
That's gnarly, Kip.
The same one.
Dude, we need to study.
Dreams.
Dreaming.
Seriously.
We
need-
should start recording dreams every night. Like if you remember one right now,
yeah.
like
Just,
at night, write it down.
yeah. Just
For
give like a
months.
voice memo of something.
We should all start recording our dreams, and then we should try and have the other guys tell the story of our dreams.
Like read our dreams.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this was Junior's dream last night.
Yeah. That would be pretty fun, bro.
Yeah, but dreams are a weird thing.
Have the repeated dreams you've had? When's the last time they've occurred? Do you
I had
remember?
I had the Damien one not too long ago. Probably like during summer I had that Damien one again. But I feel like I don't have those nightmares anymore because like when I'm in those dreams I just feel like I know I'm in control. Like I know I have power over anything in my dream. So I feel like because there will be times where like shit gets kind of sketchy in my dreams.
Yeah, so like that's what I was thinking about for a nightmare for you. If you know it's a nightmare, how is it scary for you?
It's kind of like you feel like, you know how you felt tonight when you had like that adrenaline, you just kind of felt like that deep pit in your stomach, like something's wrong. I'll have that in my dream, like something's wrong, and then I'll just find a way to make it happen where I don't get scared. Like nothing bad happens to me. Like it just works out. I don't let anything bad happen to me in my dream. But I feel like that pit, like something's wrong here. Like if I don't
definitely know
it's-
the
if I don't
same
change
dream.
something, then something's gonna happen.
It's sitting deep in the back of your stomach.
Yes, and it's
And
not a good
It's
feeling
heavy,
at all.
like an 8-ball.
Dude, it feels like all the weight in the world's just sitting in your stomach.
I'm sure everybody, people have experienced it, in their lives. It doesn't feel good,
No.
and it shouldn't, because you just have that instinct within you that it's bad things are happening. A bad thing is going to happen, and like tonight, it may be a false emotion, but
it's just that instinct.
It's there for a reason. It's there for a reason, so that way you don't fucking die.
Yeah.
Fight or flight.
That's what it is.
And Aiden chose to fight with the butcher's knife in
Hey.
the kitchen drawer.
I'm pretty good at throwing knives in Modern Warfare.
You felt
If you were
confident.
gonna throw knives, you wouldn't be down there with Bip and Hooney at the
He
fucking.
felt
How
confident.
Wow.
dare you?
Put you down there with
Let's
Kip.
not go
That's
there.
insane.
Let's not go there tonight, because
I did have one nightmare that I remember very vividly, and I was a little kid, and I remember I was just in this jungle and everything was black, like it was just pitch black, and I kept seeing like this glowing figure just fucking running, and all the bushes swaying and shit, and I'm just like, I was scared shitless, because in my dream I know I'm in there, like I know I'm in this dream. And I'm like, fuck, like I'm about to get fucked up in this dream right now. Because I know it's not real, but I don't know. And anyways, so I'm looking at this, like, glowing figure. And it's starting to get, like, closer and closer to me. And I shit you not. I was young, okay? And it was fucking, like, it was, like, Stitch from Lilo and Stitch. But he looked, like, scary. Like, dude.
Like Back from Hell.
Dude, it was scary as fuck. Like...
Kid.
And he was glowing like bright green.
We had the same dream.
Shut the fuck
No,
up.
I'm just kidding.
I knew you were right away. I knew that.
I thought you got me.
Fucking dumbass. I'm not scared of Lilo and Stitch, you fucking idiot.
I was like, I don't even know how young I was, but I remember that dream.
I got so much karma coming away. I'm gonna get haunted tonight because I don't believe in ghosts.
Man.
I'm gonna get fucking 17 different dreams of the lamps coming in and biting my neck off.
What if
Yeah.
we all had the same dream tonight?
That would be nuts.
But what if we
No.
didn't even talk about it for the longest time?
Like,
do you ever
no,
feel
we
like
would talk about
do you
it.
ever feel like when you think about something, like you really want something to happen?
You manifest something?
No, it's just a thought in your head, and you're like, I really want this to fucking happen, and you start like thinking about it a lot. Do you ever feel like it's not gonna happen anymore?
Like a real goal that you can achieve, or like an
Just a
imaginary one.
Like a daydream?
Like no,
what?
Like a
Daydream.
daydream?
Oh, daydream.
What do you think I said? Rangy?
He thought you said gay dream.
no.
I was like, holy, the Damien's coming out.
He's like, I knew it.
Hey, by the way, there's nothing wrong
No.
with gay people at all. We appreciate all shapes and
Yeah,
sizes.
We just
Yeah.
joke around. That's all we do.
No, I said daydream, but
gay
anyways.
rights.
daydream.
So what were you
Joe
saying?
Biden.
Dude, you got him off track. Now,
Yeah, I lost
that
it.
was
I
my
lost it.
Okay, no, but okay.
He was like Joe Biden.
Oh.
I said go Biden.
Okay, so you're saying that, do you ever have this feeling...
Hold on, count down from 3.
Okay,
Just like we can cut off from right there.
okay.
No, we don't have to cut.
No, we'll just
Keep
keep
going.
going. We'll keep moving.
Okay, so you said you ever had this feeling where you think about something and you want this thing to happen so bad,
And then
but
it
you
doesn't
just
happen.
know it's never gonna happen again.
It might be just that, like, I'm doubting myself because I don't know. I feel like I want it so bad, but then there's like the doubt within my mind
Yeah,
that it's not gonna happen now because I want it to happen.
so
Well,
bad.
that's actually pretty interesting because, like, what if it's you thinking of something you want one way, but it actually does happen, but in a way you weren't expecting it? It's like, so you think you set up your... I thought I was supposed to play hockey my whole life, right? I thought I was going to be professional, and then I actually didn't end up going to college for it. And I ended up going to school instead, and then this is how I came on this podcast. So, like, what if you think of something and where you think it goes bad, or like it's not going to happen anymore, and then it actually does, but the way you were viewing it, it just happened differently, not the way you expected it.
That's true.
It sets you on a course for a different path that was made or tailored for you.
That
So
could
you know,
be
in a
You
way,
still
Yeah.
go down that path,
Yeah.
just
I mean,
differently, the way you didn't expect
the
it.
thing that you wanted most ended up leading you to the thing that you needed most.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking genius. Okay.
Look at
Yeah,
you.
That's gonna be a quote.
We're in
Put that
fucking
on a
therapy
po-
right
Ho ho
now, boys.
degenerates in the building, ladies and gentlemen.
Ho ho.
Yeah, we support the gays.
Ho ho with me.
Whoa, okay.
Alright.
Uh,
Shall we
Let's do the albums.
Should we do the albums?
Yeah, let's get the
Let's get
albums
to the
popping.
other part
Okay.
of this podcast.
All right, so this next part of our segment is going to be if you were stuck on an island, you only have.
If you suck on an island?
If you were stuck
Stuck.
on an island.
Dude,
I
sucking
can't hear
so-
tonight, boys.
Well,
I'm
maybe
sorry.
if you move that hair, fucking get a
Yeah,
haircut
take
once
some
in
of
a
that hair
while.
out of there. So you're stuck on an island and you only have 3 albums with you. You know, let's say you want a yacht trip on the cruise. So you're on a cruise, had a little too many to drink that night, you end up falling off the boat, appear on this island, and you only have 3 albums with you.
Are you listening? Okay, how about this? Are we got like some Beats headphones, or do I got like a little cassette tape player?
Or do we have like a vinyl record?
No, you have a record player.
That's what I was thinking. Vinyl record on
You gotta
there.
play it off of vinyl.
Yeah.
You can't
Okay.
skip any songs too. It's going all the way through.
Oh shit!
Wow. You can't skip any?
You can't
Okay,
skip
that's
songs.
a
Yeah.
good rule.
Because
That's a
if-
good rule.
That is
If you're
a
gonna
good
be
one.
stuck on it, it's gonna be vinyl, and it's gonna be the only songs you have.
All right.
Why would you want to skip a song?
Exactly.
True.
Exactly.
All right, that's fair.
Kip, do you want to start it off?
Okay.
Start us with 1.
Okay. For my first one, I'm gonna go with The Life of Pablo.
Very interesting.
Only because
Easy,
At
easy,
that-
easy.
at that time, like in our lives, going through high school and everything, we worshiped this man. And that when that album came out, like that was the first time, like I don't know, that was just like the first time we were really, really big into music, and like we were all so hyped up for this album to come out, and we were playing it nonstop
Dude,
every day for
when
years after that.
When he was ready to drop the album, I had gone on a church retreat for
I
St.
remember
Paul.
that. I
It was-
remember that.
It was NBA All-Star Weekend. The dunk contest was happening on Friday,
And I
and
watched this
Ye was
shit.
about to drop fucking The Life of Pablo, man. And listen, for any of you that are religious, I'm not saying this to offend you, to anyone that loves their church retreats. I did not want to fucking be there,
I hear
man.
that. Dude, I heard that a lot from that church retreat. I'm not gonna lie.
Like I was in Chino, man.
I
I
know
was
a
in
lot
Chino.
of people.
But anyways, that's besides the point. I was just so upset because I was so excited for that weekend. Like we had been waiting for this album. Kanye had been dropping little fucking snippets. Like he had that thing on social media where if you guessed the name of the fucking album, you know, you would. I don't remember what you got from it.
yeah,
remember?
yeah, I kind
I do
of.
remember that. I don't
But
remember
there was
what
just
you're
there was just so much hype leading up to it. And
So
we were all
much.
so excited, and then I want to watch fucking dunk contest.
Yeah.
Pretty sure it was an amazing dunk contest that year.
I remember the exact one it
Yeah,
was.
no,
Me and
that
Tim
was
were going
Zach
nuts.
Levine and
Gordon.
Was that the
Gordon.
year? Are
Yes.
you fucking kidding
Yeah,
me,
it
man?
was.
I remember that live. That was fucking
That
crazy.
shit was
Dude,
wild.
and I was
You
they,
should have been there, man.
they
You
took
shoulda- you
they
shoulda
took
seen
my phone away.
You're kidding.
We were locked in these freaking, or we weren't locked in the rooms, but everybody had their individual rooms, and you would do the whole small group.
How many days was this?
It was, I want to say, it was definitely Friday, all day Saturday, and then you come back Sunday night, and you take a little 5-minute bus ride back to the church from Chino. You know where
Yeah, I remember it.
you know where the donut shop is in Chino down there? I think it's it might be Schaefer.
Yep, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's like
Yep.
it's by a New Era.
Yes.
I'm sure a lot of
Oh,
you know
yeah,
where New
yeah,
Era
yeah.
is at. So it's over
Everyone's
there.
like, oh,
Yeah,
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 It's the same
yes,
exit for
yes.
Harkins. You just make a right instead of making a left when you go out the
Gotcha.
freeway. It's right there on the corner.
Right
Weird.
there, just chilling.
Yeah. So
Same.
I did not enjoy it.
But yeah, that album.
Okay,
was
yeah.
But yeah,
classic.
but that's a little
I just
sidetrack, but
remember,
yeah,
like,
great album.
Maritza taking like me, the Ramos boys, Tim. We'd be going to LA every day. She'd be pulling us out of school just to go like fucking sit out in LA and like just sit to raffle off fucking Yeezys, and like we were just jamming out to the album the entire time. So I feel like if I was stuck on an island, like just listening to that album, it's a great album. So just listening to that would bring so many memories, and yeah, so that one
Great
I have
pick.
to take for sure.
Great pick. Great
It's a
pick.
great pick.
What's your next one?
Okay, my next one, I'm thinking like, you know, I'm on a beach, right, on an island, like,
Beach vibe.
you know, I just want some beach vibes. So I'd probably like bring the Beach Boys like Greatest Hits album, just so I could just, you know, relax, have a great time on the beach, good vibes,
You don't have a specific one you choose?
just like the Greatest Hits. You know, all the.
I think that the
Oh,
greatest
that's
hits
fair,
is
that's
considered
fair
an
enough, for
album.
sure. Yeah, no, it
It
is.
is.
I was
Yeah.
looking at some of those that had some, like, Motley Crue had some,
Yeah.
Journey, so.
Well, everyone has a greatest
I'll
hits
give you the
album.
Beach
So I definitely bring that as my second, and then honestly, I was thinking like for a third one what I'd bring, and just because I'm into it right now, I'd probably bring Tickets to My Downfall, because I don't have a lot of albums that I like, you know,
Top
more
to
than
bottom.
5 songs, but I literally like every song on that album, so I'd probably bring that one too.
Yeah, man. I think that Tickets to My Downfall is definitely a good choice. I think I'll go next just to kind of go off a Kip. That's one of the albums that I would take if right now, at this point in time, the point of my life, I would take Tickets to My Downfall.
For sure.
Really?
Because I can play that album top to bottom and fucking feel every song.
I do it every
And
day.
I-
Every day.
dude,
I listen to the album every day.
I wake up in the morning and it's 6:30. The sun is rising, and I'll roll my fucking windows down and I will blare that shit.
Yeah.
And it puts me in a good mood every morning.
I
man.
do the same thing when I drive into work, and when I come back home from work, I'm listening to the album
Listen,
every day.
The first 3 tracks on the fucking album make me feel like
Just ready.
Like I am Machine Gun Kelly.
Yeah.
And
I feel it.
You're dating Megan Fox.
I am dating Megan Fox. The other albums that I wanted to pick were My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. It's my favorite album of all time, without a doubt.
There,
In the
just
middle.
up there.
In the middle for a reason.
Yeah, for a reason.
And you can play that album top to bottom, and there's not a single track on there that I don't like. I know Rojo talks a lot of shit on Monster being
Oh, you don't
not
like
a
that
good
song?
song.
When?
You say that Nicki Minaj's verse ruins the track.
What?
Are you fucking lying?
I'm
This is
pretty sure-
slander.
No,
Sliding the pause.
I've heard you say that, Rojo.
Okay.
She's the best female rap artist, I think, of all
I
time.
think that's
I'd
Nicki
have to agree
Minaj's
with
best
that.
verse
Okay.
Of all
First
time.
of all,
on Monster.
I have never said in my entire fucking life, I have never said that.
I've heard you say it.
I will say I don't think it's the best verse on the song. I didn't say it was bad.
Obviously not.
Right? Why are you slandering my fucking name?
Hey.
You
I'm
said
just
you hated
giving-
it, Rojo.
Yeah, you said you hate the album.
This is
The whole
Hey.
album. You don't like it.
No,
My
it's not
third
me.
one was a little bit difficult because it's only 3 albums.
Yes, this is hard down.
I mean, just to mix it up, I want to have a little bit of a mix of genres. So I'll probably go with The Getaway.
By
by
the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
See,
That's
okay,
for
I'm
sure
not-
my favorite album.
Yates,
by the
I'm
Red
not
Hot
gonna
Chili
lie.
Peppers.
On the way down here, I was trying to look at what albums I want, and I kept going back to the Red Hot Chili Peppers over and over again, instead of the Beach Boys one, because honestly, like they give me the same kind of vibes, you know.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
do.
bro. Like when I listen to that album, I feel like I'm
You just
driving
feel
down.
good.
I feel like I'm driving down PCH.
Yeah.
I got the doors off. I got the top off in the Jeep, and I got my leg hanging out.
And you don't want to be anywhere else.
I don't want to be anywhere else.
It's a
man.
nice day.
It's
Yeah.
it's that feeling that you get when you listen to
I
an
agree.
album.
I agree
Top
100%.
down feels good.
Because I'm gonna close my eyes and I'm gonna lay on the beach and I'm just gonna think about where I'm at.
Exactly.
That is my favorite album from the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
I was gonna say
My-
the same thing.
I think they're my 5th favorite artist ever. Artist band slash.
That's-
They're great, dude.
No, they're great.
They're fucking amazing.
Are you bringing the Red Hot Chili Peppers album?
I'm not, but
Oh.
if it was extended into more than 3, I definitely would have one there, and it probably would be The Getaway because it's fucking.
You think they make top 5?
I want to say yes, but I just need more time.
All right,
'cause
well,
I have
let's
my
hear your
lineup.
3, Rojo. Let's hear
Okay.
it.
First one, this is a fucking all-time favorite of mine. It's Malibu by Anderson .Paak. It's got to be a staple if you're on the beach. No bad songs whatsoever on that album. Go top to bottom. Even the interlude, it's just great. Beach vibe, like Kip said. If you want to really just relax on the beach, it's just amazing. Second one was Pinata by Freddie Gibbs.
That's a good one.
No bad songs there. None skippable. Like if you can't skip them if they're on vinyl, you know.
I'm
these are
surprised you
what
put
I'm
in the
bringing.
Freddie Gibbs one. That's good.
Yeah, I find that interesting actually. Freddie Gibbs.
If you want me to explain, it's Freddie. There's multiple genre bending songs. Actually, I wouldn't say genre bending because they're all gangster rap. Freddie Gibbs has a pretty monotone flow most of the time, but he can go different versions of himself. But the Mad Lib beats is what gets it for me. The Mad Lib beats on almost anything, you're gonna get a different feel for almost every song, even if it's the monotone flow of Freddie Gibbs going off, like Thugging, Uno, Real One, or it's not Real One, it's called Real, Shitsville, Domino Genesis. I mean, they're just all fucking classics, man. In my opinion, that's one of my top favorite albums ever.
It's a good album.
Now, these aren't reflective of my favorite albums of all time, but these are just the ones I would bring to a desert
Right.
island, obviously.
Fair enough.
And then my last one is Demon Days by Gorillaz. Just to bring that alternative feel. There's not a single song skippable, in my opinion, on that album whatsoever. It's got the same alternative while keeping hip-hop in there. so I have a variety with all my albums. That's why I really methodically chose this.
I like the list, Rojo.
That's a
Yeah,
good
it's
list.
not bad.
Mine was pretty hard because I had it at 5, so narrowing it down to 3 was pretty difficult. You know, being stuck on this desert island, I want to have 5 albums at least, but
Sorry, you don't have a choice.
3 I'll settle with. And started off, I'm gonna have to go with Rubber Soul by the Beatles. And at first, I thought I was gonna have to do Hard Day's Night, but going through Rubber Soul, one of my favorite songs on that is In My Life. It's like my parents' anniversary song, and it's the first Beatles song I heard, so I always want to hear that, and I know all the words for it. The second one, I have to pick the Mac Miller album. I needed one. I thought I was going to go with Kids. I had to actually side with Good AM. It's a long album. It's got a lot of good content to it. It's got good features with a little B, so I could have not put it on there.
That's a good one.
That is a good one. I have to agree.
My final one, it's very difficult to narrow it down. I knew the first 2, but this one right here, I'm going to actually have to go with A Love Letter to You 3 by Trippie Redd.
Wow.
Wow.
Holy Gavin Woodward, dude.
I had to actually switch it up, do something different. I wanted to do Crash Talk. I wanted to do Isaiah Rashad, but something about Trippie Redd when he's playing, I love the way he screams into the mic.
Yeah.
And I like the songs he has, and A Love Letter to You 3 is my favorite album by him, so I had to smack it on there.
I think his screams are almost equivalent to Cuddy Holmes in the trap genre.
Mm-hmm.
I think if
Yeah,
you think about
yeah,
it, really.
for sure.
Like when you hear a Trippie scream, when you heard with the song with Travis.
What's
that?
that?
It's the one on his other album, not A Love Letter to You 3. Skip it. Just forget that.
Yeah. No, but
I want to think about that now.
did you listen to the new album that came out today?
Pegasus?
Yes.
I didn't like
I
it.
haven't gone through all 26
So-
I
songs.
haven't listened to it yet.
I didn't like it. I'm gonna
Okay,
be honest.
on the way down here, I listened to every single song in order, and I'll be honest, kind of a disappointment.
Yeah. No, I
Gavin
agree.
said-
That's how all his albums are.
Gavin said first 4 tracks are fire, but yeah, that is always how Trippie's albums are. Where first time you listen to it,
Yes.
not
Yeah.
so
Yes, they're
good,
not good the
but
first
the
time.
more you listen to it,
Maybe.
it gets better. Which is
26 tracks. I
that's
feel like
too
that's a
deep,
lot to
man.
listen to.
I didn't feel. I wouldn't say I didn't feel anything from all the tracks, but it was one time listening. Obviously, you have to do it again,
Yeah.
or else you're not getting the full experience. But first time listening, didn't really feel anything from any of the songs. Didn't get any of that. Like start vibing
Yeah.
with
It's
it.
really hard
And I
to
was paying
vibe.
attention to it. I
Yes.
wasn't like playing anything on the side. I wasn't like doing any homework.
No.
I was just straight listening to that because I was
Yeah.
kind of excited.
When there's 26 songs, though, it's like, when does it end? That's too much.
It was
Yeah.
only.
It's
I think
only
it's,
like
it's,
that.
it's only an
It's
hour
all
long though.
it's-
It's only an hour and 13 minutes long.
Oh, that's
So they're all short songs.
Yeah, they're like, I was looking at it too. A lot of them are only like 2 minutes 20 seconds
And they
around
don't
that
hit.
time.
They're not like Youngboy where you're
No.
basically gonna get a
Young
banger.
Boy,
You're
2
going to
minutes.
get a banger from a Youngboy album, no matter what.
Yeah.
Like all the other songs could be fucking dog shit, but there will be one good one that hits you. I didn't feel any out of 26.
Because I was listening to it. I saw, like, okay, maybe like 4 songs. I was like, okay, like, this ain't bad. I'll probably maybe look it up, listen to it again.
That's what
you
I'm
know?
saying. That's what I was feeling.
But like the first 10 songs, they
Takes a
all
while.
sounded the same, and it all sounded like
R&B.
some
He-
love, yeah, like some love making
he's
music.
trying super hard to be R&B, and yes, he can succeed in that area, but I don't think that's where his specialties lie.
Yeah.
I really don't think that's where he can succeed. I think he needs to stay in trap and in rap.
It was like a
he
Valentine's
is
Day
his
album. Like,
own-
it was just
he's his own genre. There's nothing that you can compare to his music. What artist would you say is similar to Trippie Redd?
Low
I
key.
think he can definitely be. He's definitely influenced by a lot of different things.
Thugger.
Thug, definitely.
Yeah.
Cuddy,
Travis,
definitely.
Carter.
Travis, definitely. He's influenced for sure. Even though he puts his own spit
Yeah,
on
he
or
does have-
image on
the way he
everything.
screams is kind of his own spin on it.
Well,
and
yeah, but
he had a lot of people featuring too. He had
Oh, yeah.
Future, Lil Wayne,
tons. He
fucking.
had Future, Thug. I know for a fact he did.
How are the features?
Future actually did good.
I'm a big
yeah,
fan of Future.
Future
so
did
I
good
like
on the songs. Lil Wayne was kind of. You couldn't even hear what the fuck he was saying. Like the beat was so much louder over his voice, so that was kind of a disappointment.
Bass all the way up.
It wasn't very like.
I will listen to it
Wasn't
again
very
either
good.
tomorrow or Sunday.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
listen to it tomorrow and I'll let you guys know what I
Honestly,
think.
Pretty big disappointment, but yeah, Jim, that is a great album.
So if you guys let us know what albums you would bring if you were stuck on a desert island. But if you heard it from us, so thanks for tuning in with us today. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day.
Yeah, and happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. Happy
Halloween.
birthday, Toho.
Thank you. I'll see you guys later.